Say hi in the chat if you're here watching. Hello. I'm really excited actually to share this with you today because I don't think I've ever done a Facebook Live on this book. And when I first published it, Facebook we didn't use Facebook the way we use Facebook or any of our social media today. So this is like we can create community really powerfully with social media like this. So let me know if you're here watching this video. Just say hi in the chat so I can actually feel like we're in a room together having this cup of tea and this little chat. We'll just take 10 minutes or so. So you too can find time in your day to reflect and journal your thoughts and ideas. In doing so, you will find inspiration, motivation, and the courage to embrace some of life's greatest challenges, beautiful gifts and wildest dreams, even though right now you may think it's all too hard and you can't possibly fit it in. Just sometimes you think everything you got going on is just all too hard and you couldn't possibly fit in some meditation, some journaling, some personal development, some time for yourself. I mean, that's super important that you prioritize you, because everything in your world originates from you, my darling. So it is reported the average brain produces up to 70,000 thoughts each day. No wonder we sometimes feel anxious, frustrated, overloaded, and overwhelmed by our world. So I'm just reading you the little excerpt. This is a little book that I wrote in 2013 and published in 2013. Hi, Beck. Nice to have you tuned in as well. And hello, Narissa. So lovely to have you on. Narissa was with me all weekend in my Profit to Prosperity seminar. So great to see you, Narissa, again. A massive FOMO around the cheeseburger pie that you mentioned in the group yesterday. So in the moment, so this little book will help you to stop and smell the roses, even just for a moment, because this is called In the Moment. It's just taking that moment. Create space to reflect and journal. Find the courage to follow your dreams. That's what I want for you. Set your goals, believe in yourself, and be happier. Now, isn't that a nice, all really lovely things to aspire to? So I wrote this. I grew up in the heart of outback Australia in a little town called Birdsville of 100 people, went to primary school there, went to boarding school in Adelaide, and I had a branding and design business. Cut a long story short, loved it, but went through the global financial crisis, lost quite a lot of money, got very down on myself, lost a lot of self-confidence, lost my sense of identity and self-image, and did a lot of journaling, a lot of self-exploration. I didn't know what I know now about all of that. I hadn't been introduced to Bob Proctor, didn't really understand the law of attraction or the law of vibration. I'd never studied Thinking into Results before, which is one of my coaching programs. Amazing, phenomenal program. And so I was just using the tools that I had. I was just using the tools that I was aware of to try to get myself through it and to stay whole and happy and confident. And so I spent a lot of time journaling. So In the Moment is a collection of excerpts from my personal journals throughout that time. So I just wanted to share, and I'll just talk through a few of the pages. So we've got some beautiful outback photography images that I took since I was young, and these little quotes to inspire you to just stop in the moment and have a little think. So I'm going to share a few of these with you this morning, and you can just close your eyes and think about it, or keep doing what you're doing, wash the dishes, drive the car, change the nappies, sit at your office desk, just have me going in the background. Your subconscious mind can take it all in. That's the most powerful thing about subconscious mind, is it can be all over this for you. So here we go. In the moment. In the moment. You are your own inspiration. You are your own inspiration. And I want you to really remember that. And the reason why I want you to remember that is because it's okay. It's 100% okay to look at other people and to have, be inspired by other people and be motivated by other people, but I want you to know just how incredible and powerful and inspiring you are. And if you can turn inward some more and allow that to flow to the surface, you become a more confident, self-assured, whole human being. You are your own inspiration. And I see my work as your teacher and your healer and your guide to help you understand that and to help you open up to that more and more every day so you can live a joyous, happy, prosperous life, loving what you do and doing what you love. I love this one. Own your own power. Own your own power and authority. I love that. And it's a photo of a guy. This photo was taken, I think in about 2000 when we had the Great Australian Cattle Drive. And they drove cattle, I think it was from Birdsville to Murray. And I was out and this was one of the drovers holding the cattle. You own your own power and authority. Too often you give it away. You give it away to circumstance. You give it away to your paradigms. Paradigm is a mental program. It's a conditioned way of operating that when you build really positive paradigms, you can create really positive results that you want. But also you build, without even realizing, paradigms that no longer serve you well. And you hand over your power to the paradigm. You hand over your power to the circumstance, to what is going on outside you. So own it. Stay in control from within. Get messy. I love this one. This is actually a photo of we would refer to it as the channel country. I mean, not that you can specifically see channels here, but when it rains and when it floods out in Western Queensland, hi Julie Davidson, you're here as well. Hello. Who else has said hello to me here? If you've just joined me, say hi in the chat. I am seeing that pop up. I'm on my phone today, so. But this is so magical. When it rains, this all gets green and turns to green, and you can see the water in all of this clay peony. It's just spectacular. So this is when it's dry. This is in the drought. Get messy. So this is, this is just about, like, get messy, try new things. If you always wear your hair up, wear your hair down. I like kids, they don't care. They just paint and they make a mess, and it's fun and it's creative, and you flow your energy when you do that. So allow yourself to be creative. I love this one. Be different. Stand out from the crowd. How much more can you allow yourself to be different and stand out from the crowd? How much more can you allow yourself to show up like who you want to be, not who you think you need to be to sell something, not who you think you need to be to get approval from somebody or something else. Just be you. And this photo, I love it, is of a pelican walking across a race course. And this was actually taken, I took this when I was about 18 years old at Boulia camel races. And this was it was the camel races, and this was a random pelican walking across the racetrack. So that's the story behind that picture. I love this one. Leadership. Leadership might be moving forward, giving back, handing over, or not doing anything at all. I'm going to say that again. And this is something for you to think about in how you're taking up your own personal leadership, how you're taking up your own professional leadership. It might be making a decision to move forward. That is required of you now. Like, what is the work that your goal is asking of you? What is the decision that your organization is asking of you? What is the decision that your own personal spirit is asking of you so that you can express more of you? It might be giving back, handing something over, ditch it, delegate it, or do it, or not doing anything at all. Sometimes, like with my clients, they might write me a message or put a post up and I won't get back to them straight away. Sometimes it's intentional and sometimes it's not. It just happens that my mind is focused on something else. And in so many cases, they will write to me and say, oh my God, like, thank you for not replying, because I had the biggest awareness, I had the biggest breakthrough, I had such a big shift. Because, you know, like, it's just, as a coach, as your teacher, as your mentor, it's about finding that perfect blend, that perfect edge of leading you and showing you the way and teaching you and guiding you and showing you some of the answers, and also creating the space for you to evolve and grow and develop the awareness yourself, because that also gives you confidence that you can do it for you. This photo was also taken, that Outback cattle drive I was talking about. I went up in a helicopter. So they would, all of these people, and you could pay to go on this drove. So people would fly in, and it might have been their first time on a horse. Like, imagine them getting out of their comfort zone. They were flying in, their first time on a horse, first time camping, and they were having this amazing experience in the middle of the Australian desert, droving these cattle, which is how, back in like my grandfather's day, this is what they did. And yes, they would have cattle trucks and bits and pieces, but they would move cattle long distances, and they would do it on horseback. So there you go. All right, just a couple more. I love this one. You are the instrument of power. You are the instrument of power. Now, what's so fascinating about this, like, I obviously wrote this in my journal, because all of these quotes have come out of my journal from like 2004 to 2008 probably, or 2010. So I've obviously written that, but now I really, it was like a part of me probably understood this stuff, but you are the instrument of power. You are pure positive energy. You are like a vessel, and then you have this pure source energy that you're connected with, pure spirit, and it is all knowing, all powerful, ever present, and you can direct it to anything you want. So you are the instrument of power. You're it. And this photo was actually taken in Kings Canyon. So when I was 18, I went on a road trip to the Northern Territory, and this is taken in Kings Canyon. Just a beautiful plateau. All right, and I think this is a great one to finish on, to finish this little uplifting session with you on, and it is this one. Write a new narrative. Your new story starts today. And this is actually a table and chairs, which is on the roadside between Birdsville and Madoori, where I grew up in Birdsville in central Outback Queensland. It's not central Outback, central Queensland. Outback Queensland. Between Birdsville and Madoori, there's this table and chairs. It's still there today. Now, I would have taken this in like probably, I don't know, 2008 or something. I would have taken this picture. And that's me with my laptop. Oh, well, that's my laptop sitting there. And it's write a new narrative. So the old story, you can't keep on bringing your old story into today and expecting different results. It doesn't work like that. So your new story starts today, and that's the story that you will create and build in the future. Remember that your thoughts don't recede into the past, they project into the future. So the thoughts and energy of today, your story, the new drum that you're going to beat, the new story is what will facilitate you experiencing new results in the future. So pretty special. It's such a great little book. Anyway, that's it from me today. Have a beautiful day. Lots of love. Let me know, maybe let me know in the comments which one of these really you felt today. Which one of these really resonated with you. Let me know in the comments, and we'll keep the uplifting, beautiful energy going there. Lots of love. Bye.